stuff going on right now. And I'm sure you all know I'm not going to get into all of that. I'm just going to give you the facts and from the history and the things that I've been researching. And you can actually research it too. And what I'm going to talk about is actually coming from, let me make sure, nuclearweatherforecast.com. So this is all coming from the nuclearweatherforecast.com. You can look that up. And also, I'm going to be telling you some things from within, where that's coming from the power of God. Nothing to do with this flesh, because once you live from within, you get a lot of information on the inside. So first of all, I'm just going to get some people here, and you might want to share this. And I know some people get upset, they get mad, but don't take it out on me. I'm just a messenger. So, but you can, it doesn't really matter, because as long as I'm living from within and the power of God is giving me the information to deliver, then I'm going to deliver it. And then you go within yourself and find out if it's good for you, because what's right for me may not be right for you. And I'm only leading you back to yourself so you can make the decision on what you want to do. And that's why I am free. And make sure you check out the song, man. Y'all need to support the song. It's I Am Free, Ron Anthony, RAHNANTHONI. Just listen to the words. Even if you just go on YouTube and just listen, you ain't got to purchase it. I just want people to listen so you'll know that you're free, and stop listening to all this stuff. Like, stop listening to this stuff. Listen to the power that's in you. Okay? Don't even listen to me. If I'm not leading you back to you, shut me off right now, because it's nothing. I mean, I would be just speaking like a client, what they say, a cymbal, just banging, banging, banging. You hear a lot of loud noise. So if this is not benefiting you, shut me off. And I'm saying, because this is what we need. And well, I'm going to get this together, and I know, and I just thank God for the people that are listening. Thank God for the people that will share it, and the ones that don't, I thank God for you. At least you heard me. That's all. It's all about learning and knowing more, and that's why I'm doing this. And I don't do this all the time. I only do it when thus saith the Lord. Because if I get up here all the time just telling you stuff, it's gonna be me. It ain't gonna be nothing from the power of God. So I only can do this when I'm actually led from the power within. And I appreciate Facebook and all of the different ones that will host it for now until I get into some deep stuff. They may shut it down, but I'm doing what I need to do. And I just thank God, because it's just a lot of things that we don't know. And I just pray. And a lot of these things are destroying families. They people mad because you don't do that. And then you got people cussing each other out. You can't come see me because of this, because of that. Y'all know what I'm talking about, but I'm not going to say it. But you know what I'm talking about. And this is the time when we all have to come together as one within, not on the outside, because if you come together on the outside, you're going to end up cussing each other out. Well, you didn't do this, so you can't come over here. You ain't do this, and you ain't coming over here. It's a lot of families right now that are going through that. And y'all need to stop this, because that lets me know and everybody else know that you're not living from within. And we got to live from within, because the power of God that's within you, which is the great I am, which becomes you once you come and live within, because it is he that is within me. Okay? Not me. It's he that is within me. That's the mother, the father, the woman, the man, everything that the power of God, which is a powerful force, a spirit, you can call it the universe, you can call it this, you can call it that. It is the power that is within you. And I'm telling you, you have the power to heal from all of the man-made things out here if you live from within. If you don't believe me, try it. If you never try it, you won't believe me. That's all it is. So, and I know I'm a silly character, because that's just me. That's just the way that the power of God made me. And some people like it, some people don't. Who cares? It's just the power. It's the creativity of the Father, which you have it too. Some people scared to come out and be themselves from within. Some people be peeping and looking all around. They don't know. They just looking, trying to be nosy. But go inside and peep out this eye and within. Then you cool. But peeping all around out here, that ain't gonna do nothing but make you look crazy. So all you got to do is go within. Go home. Okay? Go back home, which is in you. We've been out here too long. I know I was tired of being out there. And sometimes it don't happen all the time, but sometimes you get out there and you just go back. Like I was telling one of my friends, you back out there. And that's what's good about this person, because we talk about things and we'll say, you back out there. And then they'll say, yeah, I'm back out there, child. I'm going to reel it back in. And I say the same thing. When they ask me, I say, yeah, I done went back out there. And we take it and we make, no matter what you're doing in life, no matter what has happened, you still can come back. There is no heaven or hell and all of that. Heaven is within you. Hell is right here. So it's none of that stuff. You just have to research it yourself. And the only research you can do really is from within, because there's a memory inside of you. Now I look at the stuff that somebody else has researched from within them to resonate and prick me, and you eat some stuff and some things you won't. That's just the way life is. Well, if you could share this would be great, because it'll be great. And stop listening to all this man-made stuff. Go within, listen to the image that is within you and not the image that's out here. It's okay to look at some things, but just know that those things are here to grab you and make you look just like this here. And get all scared and shaking and looking like, oh my God. Just go home and look from within to see that. Don't look outside to see it, because you're going to get messed up and you're going to get all mixed up and tangled up in a whole bunch of stuff that you don't need to be in, like I was, and I can tell you. And sometimes you get back out there like I do sometimes, but it's best to stay within. Do your best to stay within. Even if you get sick and go through something, go in and use the power within you. If they take away the medicine right now, I'm good, because I know that the power of God within me, and that power is real. I just had 2 people, and I'm not giving names, that I allowed the power to use me, and they're healed. Okay? So this is real. I'm not telling you this to you don't even have to hit the like. You ain't got to do nothing. All I'm just asking you is just listen and see for yourself. Go home and listen from within to the power that's within you. That is your teacher. I'm only here just to push you, lead you to the water. I'm not here to tell you what you need to do. That's not me, because I can't do that, because I mess up too. Y'all may need y'all to hit me up and say, now you know this wrong. And I'll listen and do it. So that's all I'm talking about. But what I'm going to talk about today, first of all, please share this, because this is some important information. And it would be so great for you to just hear what the Spirit is saying to the church, and that's within you. That's what it meant. Now you take it from there. So what I'm going to talk about is the United States Corporation, 1876, a privately owned corporation. Okay, that's what you're in. Founded, that is not the United States of America, being the Republic. Now, this is coming from nuclearweatherforecast.com. Look it up. Look up 1876. Don't take my word or their word for it. I'm just telling you what I've been listening to. You may not like it. If you don't like it, stay in it. It's up to you. I'm just giving you the information. And I'm going to be doing this. I'm going to go through the entire Constitution. And it's going to be fun, because y'all know I don't like to sit here and say, well, the Constitution says. No, we're going to talk about this thing. So let me tell you. Okay, the United States is a corporation. There is a difference. There's a United States corporation, and there is the United States, lowercase United States of America. Okay, when you see anything that's all caps, that's a United States corporation. So if you look at a lot of things that you got, that's what you're looking at. You're in it. So you have a choice, and it's your choice. Choose this day who you gonna serve. Okay. Now, what it says here And I'm going to let you know, and I'm going to be a little, since the Act of 1871, which established the District of Columbia, we have been living under the United States Corporation, which is owned by certain international bankers and aristocrats. Let me make sure I get aristocracy. I guess that's right. All y'all out there, y'all know of Europe and Britain. In 1871, the Congress changed the name of the original Constitution by changing one word. And that was very significant, as you will read. And I'll read it to you. Now, first, before I get into that, I want to tell you about what the power of God said the more is to me. More to me, which I am, and I'm sure a lot of people are, is the more inside of you. There's more inside of you. There were more Moors that were here, that were creating, that did this stuff in this world, that built all this stuff, the pyramids and all of that. And I see it as the power within. Now, I know some people say this and that, and I won't say this and that. But as for me and my house, more is the more power that's within you. There's more healing. You can do everything that within that Jesus Christ did. And Jesus is a metaphor that's within you, that is the light. And only you can see it through the power that is within you. So all this stuff out here, okay? All this stuff out here, the only power is within you. And you have to go through that Jesus, that light, to get to the Father, which is within you. And once the Father is within you, I am the Father, the power. Okay, I am the great I am. So that's what more means to me. And I know some people take it, I don't care, because there's more inside of me. The Moors, yeah, that's it. And then out here, you demonstrate. And I appreciate all the Moors. And a lot of people don't know that they are. If you've been created by the Creator, there's more inside of you. Now let's keep it moving. Okay, now, this is all spiritual I'm talking about. I'm not talking about all the stuff out here. Okay, some people do not understand that one word or two words difference in any legal document do make the critical difference. But Congress has known and does know this. Okay, now you can look it up yourself. 1871, February 21st, Congress passed an act to provide a government for District of Columbia, also known as the Act of 1871, with no constitutional authority to do so, with no constitutional authority to do so, with no constitutional authority to do so. Now, I'm just telling you what this says. Congress creates a separate form of government for the District of Columbia, a 10-mile square parcel of land, a 10-mile. Okay, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, 5, 5, 10. 10-mile square parcel of land. See Acts of the 41st Congress, Section 34, Session 3, Chapter 61 and 62. Look at it. Look it up. Don't take this for it. Don't take me for it. This is all for entertainment purposes. Okay? All right. The act passed when the country was weakened and financially depleted in the aftermath of the Civil War, was a strategic move by foreign interest international bankers who were intent upon gaining a stranglehold on the coffers and neck of America. Okay? America. That was created by Moors, inside, out here, all of that. America. The Moors is more inside of you and more inside of me. You and me. Okay. Now that's what the power of God within me said. Now that's it. Take it up with the Father. Okay. Congress cut a deal with the international bankers, specifically Rothschilds of London, to incur a debt to said bankers, because the bankers were not about to lend money to a floundering nation without serious stipulations. They devised a way to get their foot in the door of the United States. The Act of 1871 formed a corporation called the United States, all caps. The corporation, owned by foreign interests, moved in and shoved the original Constitution into a dustbin. With the Act of 1871, the organic Constitution was defaced, in effect, vandalized and sabotaged, with the title was capitalized and the word for was changed to of. The word for. Now, this was originally written by the Moors. There's more inside of me and there's more inside of you. Now, that's what I'm talking about. This is spiritual, but you have to, everything is from within, and they brought it out. So it's for and of. Remember that, because right now you're under the United States. It's the Constitution for the United States. That's if you choose to. So I'm just telling you the wording. What they call it? Semantics. Now, that's what I heard from studying all this stuff with what happened to Aaron and what happened. I just didn't, I mean, this opened up a whole bunch of stuff for me. And I'm just here, and I don't come on here all the time saying what, thus saith the Lord and all of that. I say what the power of God has given me. So you may not even hear from me from on this platform, not about this, but I'm only doing it when it's time for me to do it, because everything is in timing and it's eternity, not this time out here. So I'm just saying this so you know. So I hope you're listening, because this is some real issues. So, okay, here we go. Now, in effect, vandalize and sabotage. I said the Constitution of the United States of America, all capitalized, is the Constitution of the Incorporated United States of America. Look it up. Go to DuckDuckGo. DuckDuckGo search engine. It operates in an economic capacity and has been used to fool the people into thinking it governs the republic. It does. Now what they saying? It does is not. It does is not. Capitalization is not insignificant when one is referring to a legal document. The seemingly minor alteration has had a major impact on every subsequent generation of Americans. What are you? I'm an American. That's me. Okay. Ask yourself, what are you? What's your nationality? Me, I'm an American. Okay. What Congress did by passing the Act of 1871 was create an entire new document, a constitution for the government of the District of Columbia, an incorporated government, an incorporated government, an incorporated government, an incorporated government, an incorporated government. That's what it says, okay? I'm just saying this over so you can get it inside of you. This newly altered constitution was not intended to benefit the republic. It benefits only the corporation of the United States of America, all caps, and operates entirely outside the original organic constitution. The original organic constitution is inside, okay? Outside is what this is. Now, if you go within, you'll be able to understand this, and you'll go to the for. For. Okay? For us, not of us, for. Organic, okay? Instead of having absolute and unalienable rights guaranteed under the organic constitution from within, we the people now have relative rights and privileges. Okay? So on the out, you ain't gonna know nothing. You just gonna go right on just like this and just going, just bumping in and stuff and getting stuff. Now you're gonna get some stuff now. All of us get the stuff. But it's what happens when you come from within. You can separate. Come out from among them. Be ye separate. Okay? Come out from among them. Be ye separate. And then you know what's going on and you control everything. Because right now, but when this happens, when you go within, that eye inside can see everything. EYESEA. You can see. Okay, because you're part of the sea. We're in water right now. See, when you do this, that's God, that's water, that's power. When you feel that, okay? Just like I have a fish. I have a beta. I'm just let me tell you the whole little story. I have a beta because I had all the other fish, but they were dying, and I'm like, now what's going on? So I had to get to know what's going on. So I have a beta now. Every time I can feel it from within because I can communicate. Y'all may think I'm crazy. I ain't crazy. I know because I live from within. So I could communicate with this fish and the birds outside. Yes, they do. They come and walk right by me, because when you get within, you're connected to the power of the Father, what we call God, universe, all of that. So when you get connected like that, okay, the fish, the beta, what they call, because I mean, I just think it's just some energy, but since we say beta and whatever they created out here, it's a beta. So when I go to the fish and every morning I set a time, I set the time. And so I get up and I feed the fish in the morning and I feed them about 7 o'clock at night. Every morning, that fish over in this one corner, waiting and looking. So I'm talking to the fish from my thoughts. And so the fish be sitting there, and I know it be listening to me because with a beta, it'll jump back. So I ease my hand and I move like that because it feels the energy. Move like that, and it move with me. So I'm saying this to say that when you live from within, you'll be able to see the moves of what's going on. If they move this way, you can see it from that eye that's within you. And so, which is the power. Okay. And so it's all energy, frequency, power, waves, all of that. So when you see this, and I'm explaining the fish because this fish knows me. And I was like, now what in the world? Because I had to wake up to it. I'm like, this fish is really be coming to the side, waiting on me, like, you bet what you gonna do? You gonna get the food or what? And I'm like, what? But that's why the power of God within us don't like for us to mistreat animals and people, but people do on the outside. So I started getting connected with the fish, and I'm saying that because all the other fish was dying, and it was the disease like that from too many in there, and it's different frequencies, negative, and all of that. And let me paint this picture before I get back to this. There's negative, positive. When you have okay negative people around you, that's a cancer. That's God telling you, you need to get away from these people. You still, like, hey, hey, hey. You still be around, like from a distance, but don't let them consume you because that's a cancer. Just like there's a cancer that they made up that's on the inside, which, and if you don't take the power over it and you don't, you're going to start leaving. It'll take over you. Just like the people you be around, they'll take over you. See, everything is energy. We may see them as people, we may see the animals, but it's all in space. It's a light. And you have the one strand is upper and lower. There's a lower light, there's an upper light. And a lot of people now they love that lower light now because they could do some things on because you still have the power. But when you become in the upper light, which is the light, the power, what we call Jesus and all of that, God and all of that stuff that we've learned out here, but it's really a light. And that shadow that you see from the light that's up there, that's really you. So I'm saying all of this so you can get a picture because you're the image. Okay, I'm age. It's the age, it's image of the power that's within you, which is the Father, which is I am. And when you say I am, that's you. So I'm saying all of this so you'll know how to operate. And that will eliminate a lot of stuff. You don't have to have all these things that they're giving you because you already got it. You got it. You just got to know you got it. It's all in you. Just like Michelle always say, you have to remember. And she'll be on here in a minute, but she'll tell you that because everybody is different and they have their way of telling things what the Father has said to them to let exude out of them. Now I don't even know what the word is. It's just coming out of me. So I'll look it up after this. I'm just being real with you. Exude out of you. But I'm telling you what's coming for me. So it's the power of God. So just being honest, because it's I don't have time to be saying, well, I know what this means. No, I don't. I just know it came out, and when I finish this, I'm going to look it up. Y'all may know it, but hey, I don't. I just know it works with what was said. So if you know what I'm talking about, and I don't know because I didn't explain it, but I know it works with whatever in that sentence. So let's get back to this. I hope you understand. I hope you get it. I hope you know that this is real. This is a real issue that's going on right now. It operates in an economic capacity and has been used to fool the people. Okay. Now, instead of having absolute and unalienable rights guaranteed under the organic constitution, as I said, we the people now have relative rights or privileges. Okay. You have a right from within, but on the outside, you have rights or privileges, whatever they decide. They meaning man. One example in the sovereign's rights to travel, which has now been transformed under corporate government policy into a privilege, required citizens to be licensed. You hear that? Let me read that again. One example is the sovereign's rights to travel. Now you traveling, you travel down to Florida, you travel here, you do that. Okay. Now, this is coming from nuclearweatherforecast.com. Go back and look it up yourself and study this stuff because this is where we're at now. It ain't where we're heading. We've been here. But a lot of people would like to sleep. And sometimes I know I snore, so. And you'll look up again. That for real, because everything worked together. So when you go to sleep, in your image body, whatever out here, a lot of people snore, a lot of people don't, a lot of people wake. Same thing. You just transform your mind, as it says in the scriptures. Transform your mind. So this is what's going on. Now, which has now been transformed under corporate government policies now into a privilege that requires citizens to be licensed. By passing the Act of 1871, Congress committed treason. Okay, look that up because I'm not going to sit up and tell you what I think it is. But you know what? Let me go into DuckDuckGo to see. And the reason why I say DuckDuckGo because a lot of stuff is working together for the good according to their purpose. It's just in the Bible. And a lot of people take that different. But I take it from within because I know that if everything is wrong, it's going to look right and they all going to work together for the good according to their purpose. Now, my purpose is under the power of God. So I'm going to go to DuckDuckGo and I want to look up treason because I don't know. Okay, now, treason. Now, this is under 18 U.S. Code 231. Now, I'm going to read this. Whoever owning allegiance to the United States levies war against them or adhere to their name, giving them aid and comfort within the United States, and it's not capitalized, or elsewhere, is guilty of treason and shall suffer death or shall be imprisoned not less than 5 years and fined under this title, but not less than $10,000 and shall be incapable of holding any office under the United States. Okay, now that's treason. Now let me see that's what it says. That's what happens. Now, this is what it says here. Treason is the crime of attacking a state authority to which one owns allegiance. This typically includes acts such as participating in a war against one's native country, attempting to overthrow its government, spying on its military and diplomats or its secrets service for a hostile let me get this out of the way, and foreign power, or attempting to kill its head of state. Now, I just said that we have two, United States and the United States of America. We have the United States, all caps, and the United States, lowercase. See, all that stuff means something. United States of America. And so it's an overthrow. So all the ones that are participating in this is committing treason according to this. Now, ain't according to me. Because I'm just going by what the Spirit has said prior to me even. I started learning all this stuff years ago, but it really took effect when my son Aaron Hatcher, who was special needs, was taken by treason. So that's it. So I'm just letting you know that these things are happening. And I'm going to say this, a lot of them coming down. And it says my connection is unstable. Of course it is, because we're dealing with frequency, and it's going to be that way because a lot of things don't want it to happen, and it's dealing with the energy. And so that's why I'm doing this, and I'm only doing this because I'm protected by the power of God, and you are too. You just got to know this from within. Now, the act, let me keep it going. The act of 1871 became the foundation of all the treason since committed by government officials. So a lot of them know what's going on. They know, but they didn't think that a lot of people would know, because a lot of people is, and it's the ones that were at the top at first, like in the beginning, like 1871. And it's just a policy that kept going on. But a lot of more people are awake. And it's like, we are the people, okay? And a lot of Moors are strong and built, and started building stuff and pyramids and all these things. So that's why. And then you have mankind. Now you research this yourself. I'm just telling you, because I remember when the Bible said, let us make mankind. Okay. Mankind is a kind of a man. But the true Moors is come from within, because there's more inside of you. That's why. Now that's what was told to me. All this other stuff, people fighting and fussing and stuff, that's all on the outside. But the true Moor is more inside of you, because it is. If you are created by the Father, and your ancestors were here and you come from them that did this, then it's more. That's it. And that's all I'm going to say, because it's some things that we all need to know. And it's not to bash anything. I mean, this is coming from the power that's within. So if the power that's within is telling you and you're connecting to it, then go with that. That's the power of the Father, which is in you. So elevate yourself up, ascend, and don't descend anymore. And it's like, let me say this, when you ascend, just say, I said, you know how people be saying, well, you kiss my so and so and so and so. And when that person say that, that other person descend. And then all of these, when you get in that lower frequency, then y'all finna fight. Because you don't talk to me like that. You don't say, all of that. But when you say something like, you are so beautiful and I appreciate everything that you've done, you don't know what was going on with that person. They could have been already in the lower frequency, and you just ascended them into the heavens, because it's like a thermometer. That's how they made the thermometer. Man, y'all see all this coming from within. That's why I'm saying you got to get inside of you. Stop listening to all these people telling you what to do, and start listening to what the power of God is guiding you to what to do, because it's guiding you and it's your choice. Your choice. So I'm going to see right now if I can bring Shelley Mae Butler Blueberry Hill Baxter Extravaganza Rich. That's what I call her. Michelle Washington in. And you know what? I got to get the dates. A lot of these things are going to be said in the they have Demario. You can go to his page. Demario Scott is having this big thing where a lot of people are going to be speaking to uplift you. You might want to get your stuff, because I know I'm going to be there and I'm going to bring it. I'm going to do the real issues live, and how I act is just how I act. I'm not worried about what people say. I may come out there and scream, and I don't know what. I don't know what's going to happen at this thing. This is my first time doing this too. I'm just real with it, y'all. So let me see if I can get Shelley Mae on here. And I'm not changing diction and all of that stuff. You get exactly what you see right now. This is me. And let me see if I can bring Shelley Mae. Oh, Lord. Let me see, y'all. Y'all, I didn't have my grandma say, y'all bear with me. Oh Lord, that's the wrong person. Wait a minute, y'all. Y'all know I'm just silly. I'm sorry. Is she in here? There she go. Let me see if I can get Michelle in here. Let me see. Let me see. Somebody I had invited, and it was I didn't uninvited them. Okay, I invited her, so I'm gonna see if she could come in. But yeah, but this is a great thing, and I really appreciate because I want to hear what the spirit is saying through her about this situation, and if she could shed a little light, and if anybody else want to come in, I can check and see if folks listening. If you want to come in, come on in, come on in the room. Oh, come on in the room. Jesus is, how she say, my doctor, and he write down all of my scripture. I had to get that in there. But this is where is Michelle? Let me see. Let me call and see. Is you or ain't you? But yeah, y'all, I'm just me. I feel there she go. You upside down. I can see where there you go. Where, I had to be looking like this. Like what now are you in here? Let me see if you in here. Hold on. Let me see if I can get Shelly Mae in here, y'all. Oh, now she done took over. The wait. Now I gotta get me back in here. There we go. Now I'm way down there, but that's all right. I don't care. It could be. I'm not into all of this. I'm trying to get Michelle and let me see one more thing. Lord, y'all bear with me now. But yeah, we Michelle, you can start talking while I work on this. What do you think about I don't know if you was listening about what do you feel about as far as from within about the United States, all caps, and the United States of America?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Um, Basically, it is a matter of
You
us.
sound kind of low.
It's low.
Yeah. And I'm still trying to get me in. Whoa, Lord. What?
Can you
The
hear me?
last time you was on here, I had it. Okay.
You hear me now?
Yeah, we could hear. There we go. Okay. Okay. So, let me see. I can't help it. I try to be okay. Let me get more. Okay, here we go. Okay. So
Oh, God.
now I still hear you kind of low, but they can hear you.
It's
Maybe.
low. I got my volume all the way up.
Yeah, now when you did that, it came up.
Okay, maybe I need to get closer to the mic.
Yeah. Get
You can
closer. There you go. Okay. So I got Michelle on here. And what do you say about what I was talking about, United States, all cap versus the United States of America. And I was going in and out because the out is on I from what was within me is stating that the United States of America was created from within, from the all the ones that had built all these different things here. And also I've learned too that everything from within was built from within and brought out. Even your car was built from within because the car has everything that the inside has, the body, the negative and the positive and all of that kind of stuff. So I'm asking as far as what do you from within you, because I know we all are individuals and we connect to our Father because we're all his sons and daughters. So that's what I was wondering.
um if we actually be real with ourselves, everything is God based, whether you call it God or the higher being or whatever you call it. But I call the power God. Everything is based on our human brain or the brain that we've been given. So people have a tendency to want control, want power. People sometimes don't feel like they're anybody unless they're controlling somebody or they have a certain amount of power or a certain amount of money. So when you talk about a human having a
Mhm.
free will to be, to do, and to have, then if somebody's gotten greedy from the time the Constitution was written and they saw a door that they could go in to make a change that would give them power and control and be
Mm.
able to condition the minds of the people so that they can have, then yes, I believe there's been some shifting, there's been some deceitfulness, there's been a lot of lies told, and until we begin to study, we will never know the truth. The truth is not just going to drop down to you. You have to go and dig and study. So
Right.
those of us that have spent time in the Bible and saying, study to show yourself approved, with me being in the church all my life, I just thought it was that Bible, that word that we have been given. But it's really studying everything because we fail for the lack of knowing. So most people are still asleep because they've been conditioned and learned to be asleep. So what
Mm.
I was, when you said about my revelation about we were sent here to remember and we weren't sitting here to learn. What they've been learning us is their way, but they've taught us to forget that we forgot who we were. And so when you forget that, you start following somebody else's vision. So when you're talking about we're here to remember, but because before we were in the womb, God gave us all the tools. And so when we got here and they start conditioning us the way that they wanted us to go, then we forgot who we were and started being conditioned by who they wanted us to be.
Okay. And I see on here we got some people from Amsterdam. Oh man, I appreciate that. And I happen to look over and to see that. And I really appreciate you all for listening. Um, and I appreciate it. And I get what you're saying. And it's like, just say like what you're saying, because when you said it, I was like, because I don't know everything, and that's how the power of God is so unique that He could use someone else, even the person from Amsterdam. We all one, man. I'm like, so I get what you're saying. That's it. So I got a question. Why, when, like with me, when you talk this language, some people get mad and he don't know it, but they don't understand. It's not me. It's the power in me. So what's the
Well, some people are still DUI, but it means drunk under the influence of other people. So when you begin to bring words that people don't understand, they're trying to understand it, then
yes,
that's what makes them upset or their energy changes because they've been taught and conditioned all their life. Scientifically, they say by the age of 35, 95% of your thinking has been influenced or conditioned by outside influence. So when you begin to have done a thing like we call normal, it was never normal. They just said it was, and they conditioned us to believe it. It was never normal. So when you've been conditioned that this is normal, and somebody comes and try to take that out of your
yes,
mind, then you begin to get upset. It's just like if I come to your house and just get your keys and drive off with your car without asking, you will be a little upset, even though you know me, but you will be saying, well, why she didn't ask? So what we have to do, so what we have to do is bring the information and ask the person if, you don't have to listen, you don't have to believe, but if you will open your mind up to just test it and see, like you say, go study for yourself. Then when they study for themselves, I always tell my kids, they'll say, Mom, like you said, what does exude mean? I put it in the
yeah.
comments. I put it in the comments what it
What?
means. If you can, if you see it in the comments, I put it in there. But I looked it up while you were talking. But I asked my children, they'll say, Mom, what does word mean? I said, look it up. Because when you look it up, the impact of the information that you have opened up for your mind, it becomes more important to you. If I just tell you, you're going to just say whatever. But when you look it up, you're
Yes.
depositing it into your system. So yeah,
Yes. And I have a listener here was talking about we live in programs.
we do. Yeah.
Yes.
Our brain is a computer. And that's what I mean by condition. They programmed us to believe that the way that we were living was normal. So yes, they program us. And so now when we start to wake up and deprogram what they program, then they get upset.
Yeah, and I try to tell people now because of what I've been through. What woke me up really was they killed my child. Special needs, couldn't walk or talk, and abused and did other stuff to other kids. Two of my kids, and they couldn't tell me. So because I've been living from within, I didn't get upset. I got like, because I know that you go from within and you're still alive, first of all. You're just not here where I can see my son. And it hurts. It hurts, but I still can see and talk. Aaron showed me what to do when I go to the courts and what to say. I'm like, now who is this talking to me? That's just me. And so I never had malice because I've been living from within from a child, because I've been through the lung disease, the kidney disease, the one leg longer than the other, and all of that stuff. And then all of a sudden, the power within me leveled it off. So I'm like, okay, so this is something different. So why can't I be mad? And because it's not about me. So yes, I want to tell the listener, yes, my son, you can look it up, Aaron Hatcher, and the government name is Ronald Hatcher, and his mom Arthelia Hatcher. You can look it up, and it's still like I'm like, and it's still going on. This has been like 10 years now, and I'm still being drugged and drugged and drugged. But okay, that's cool because I'm living from within, so I know that things are happening where all y'all going down. They doing it right now. And I know it because I see it. And what I see from within is real. And so, yes, it's nothing that could separate me from the power that's within me, which is the love of God. And people like the listeners and the ones that are there, that gives me more energy. Because you know me, Michelle, I'm about to, you got to take over because I'm about to, those that rain from the fall down, them tears, which is rain that helps me grow. So yeah, so just say something. Woo,
Well,
oh goodness.
basically, we are all awakening. And awakening just means that you
Yes,
recognize that your soul has been here before and is very knowledgeable. And it's just making a journey with your body, and your
yes,
soul is connected with your spirit. So when you know that, see, we're trying to learn things that we already know. We need to remember what we already know. And if you begin to speak within yourself and saying, I need the spirit to help me to remember who I am, then we'll
yes,
spend less time trying to do trial and error, trying to figure this out, trying to move over here. And we're running out of physical time. And so
yes,
time does not operate in eternity. So we are going to have to wake up quickly. So I just told my daughter, I was like, man, it's Thursday already. Seemed like we just came out of the weekend. And
yes,
so if you are paying attention and being mindful and focusing, you'll see that time has sped up and that we're running out of time. Time is not on your side, and you don't have all you have is time. When people say that, no, that is not all you have. You have so much more than that. And so we're dealing with time as multiple people are transitioning. I know people say they,
yes,
but they're transitioning, and it's not a bad thing all the way. You have to look at that transition is a promotion to another dimension, because once you complete your purpose here, there's no need for you to be here. And so
right.
although we're blaming all of the deaths on COVID-19, it is just the physical time for these assignment to be over, even from the children all the way to the oldest person. And until you are enlightened about that, you will feel some type of way. Yes, I felt that type of way when my brother was killed in a head-on accident. Now, I was not expecting that. But when God began to reveal to me, he had completed his journey. He had done everything that I had assigned him to do. And so, although he went out with a car accident, even the lady that hit him said, asked my sister-in-law, asked her, who were the other two men that was in the car with him? And she began to say there were not anybody else in the car. So that even led me to believe that there were angels that were riding
Really?
with him to take him in. And people don't believe in all that because you haven't experienced that. And just because you haven't experienced it doesn't mean it's not real.
Right. And a lot of that happened, like, I'm a living witness that I done left here so many times. and and I wanted to come back. And so, you go through a transition. There is a light. I've seen it. I went up out of my body. I looked down and seen me laying there. I did all of that. And so I went to this place. There is, because you don't die, you live. You
Right.
dead here. You're
But
sick.
that's what I mean. That's what I mean by the conditioning. We've been
Yes.
conditioned that you die. But even if you don't believe the Bible is real, or if you do, it says God has taken the sting out of death. So that means it's death no more. It's just an extension of life on a new dimension. And if we begin to see it like that, we'll come out of our emotions and we will start to begin to seek the truth. Now, don't believe
Yeah.
what I say, but ask God to show you the way so that you can have a revelation on the people that have passed away. Yes, we hurt. Yes, we feel that. But we still have to recognize and realize that it's a graduation. And just like we celebrate high school graduations and how we celebrate
Right.
graduations, should be a celebration. Did you ever ask yourself why babies always come out crying?
Mm.
They
Probably don't
come
want
out
to come here.
right because they're leaving their safety zone. They're leaving the spiritual world. They're coming to this world who does not understand what they just came out of. That's the reason they cry.
And
We got it
I
all.
have
Yeah.
here too, the listener wanted, I mean, I really appreciate you. And says, when my mom passed over, I was alone with her in the room and I saw two big white lights behind me. And
Hmm.
it says, we don't die alone, the body does. Right. The body. Because that light, since you brought up that light, when I was going through the nephrotic syndrome, it was only two people in the universe, because they told us, that had this. And I'm like, well, why I got to be one of them? And so this light came, because I was swollen up with like over 200 pounds. And Michelle, you was there, you witnessed the swelling, and like, I'm big and fluid all over my head, everything, lost everything. So this light, when I was at Sharon's, um I was in Gainesville teaching hospital, the experiment, all my life I've been an experiment. So I actually saw this light that you're talking about. Oh yeah, you can get. Let me see. If you've been listening, you know how silly I am. I'm gonna try to get it in there. But I saw this light, and it spoke to me from within. I say, I just want this water from out of my body. And right after that, buckets and buckets. And nurse got so mad, she was mean. I'm sick of coming in here with all of this. And I urinated it all out, and that was it. So I'm like, so can you take over, Michelle? I'm going to bring, let me see. I'm trying to, I'll find it. Oh, there we go. Okay. If you could take over, then I'll bring, let's see.
Well,
Let's see.
basically have to define and find ourselves in our higher being. Because if we don't recognize who we are, then we can't expect other people to. So it first starts within yourself. We keep saying within, within. So kind of explaining what do we mean within. There's a place within yourself that I call it the knower. when I feel that inside of me,
Right.
I don't know what, I know that's what the solution is. I know that's the way I should take. But if you don't spend time in meditation, if you don't spend time in study, if you don't spend time in quietness so that you can practice to hear and remember that you are so connected to God, there is no division in God.
Right.
So it takes you adding something into your transition or your awakening because you have a free will. Then God is not going to
Right.
infringe on that will. You have to decide that I want to wake up.
Right. Okay,
So,
now let me see. I'm trying to get you. Yeah, bear with me.
Double
'Cause
click, double
okay, I'm
click on my
working with this.
picture.
Okay.
so
Let's see. Let's see.
we I don't have all the answers, but I have the tools to the answers.
Right.
I am not here to teach you, but I am here to pull the teaching out of you and bring you back from your memory lapse that you have because we've been so
Right.
conditioned. So a lot of times people say, "Well, I'm teaching." No,
Yes.
you're not teaching. Nothing but the spirit inside of you can teach. But what I like to do is offer you tools that will
Right.
bring whatever is inside of you that was there before you got in your mother's womb, that it can come out and begin
Yep.
to flourish in your life and help be a witness for other people to see.
Okay.
Mhm.
Michelle, can you move your camera so we can see your full?
Yes.
Can I
Michelle.
move? Which way
Yeah,
you want
move
me
it.
to?
Come over. No, no. Stay that way, but move over. Right there. There you go. Okay, and we got our listener. Can I get your name? And I appreciate you.
Hello, my name is Helga. Helga.
Hell hath. Okay. Nice to meet you. And where are
Nice to
you?
meet you too. Say that again.
Where are you?
I'm in the Netherlands.
Oh, okay. Glad to meet you. So
Glad to
how
meet
can
you
you
too.
how can you bring what you have into what we're talking about? Because this is great. I really appreciate you.
I appreciate both of you.
You.
It's so
Yes.
good to see, just in human terms, to see my own color,
Yes.
people to be awake and aware of
Yes.
what we are.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so
And
I
I
salute
think
you.
thank you. We salute you
thank
too.
you.
Namaste. We bow to the divine
Namaste.
presence in you. So
Yes.
I think you had a question where you were saying, I can't remember. I saw it on the screen. What was
How
one of the questions that
how would the world look like if all the beliefs would no
oh,
longer be served?
Mm.
okay, so you said how would it look like if all that believes
Yes.
is that, Ron, can
Would
you
no
answer?
longer.
Being
You
served. So is it like what would it be like if no one believed or if no one believed, right? Then it would be just the beings of light. Yeah, because it would be the light because I saw okay, like I was telling my son, and I noticed you will get it, but I was telling my son, you see that up there? That's a star. That's me and that's you. I told him to look down at the shadow because we never pay attention to that shadow. That shadow is the
I always
reflection.
do.
I'm sorry.
I always watch my shadow.
Yes.
But if it
See,
is possible that I see my shadow, I always look at how big my shadow is.
yes. Yes. Yes.
So that's a reflection of the image that you're made out of. because we walk in the imagination of God, and God's imagination is so unlimited. But
Exactly.
we've been learned that we're limited. That you'll hear people say, "Oh, I'm only human," because we've been conditioned that way.
Mm-hmm.
My internet is acting up too. So
Yeah.
Our frequency is way higher than the internet.
Yes.
That's why we
Yes.
cracked the internet.
Yes. And you're right. It's the being, the light. And so all these different beliefs. Now, I'm going to say this. Now, maybe y'all help me, because I'm thinking all the different beliefs are on a lower frequency. And the
Yes,
higher frequency is that you knowing that you're the
right,
beam of light.
right.
exactly.
'Cause-
So
Yes.
so
Because then
believe
there is no division.
Right.
right.
Because
So believing is the pediatrics of getting you in. And once you're
mhm,
in, you start experiencing things, you should become a knower. So many
yeah,
people are stuck in believing, and there's some doubt in believing because you believe certain things, but you also know that there's an opposite to that. But when you're in
yeah,
the knowing stage, once you know a thing, you can't unknow it. Once you believe
exactly.
a thing, you can change it. But once
Change.
you know something, you cannot change it. So we as a people have got to encourage people. Yes, you believe to get in the door. Now that you're in the door and you have some age on you, you should be in the knowing stage.
Yes.
Yes. I'm aged. Image.
Right.
Yes.
So
So, man. Oh,
go
look,
ahead.
look, they don't want us to say this because it's stopping. But I don't know if you all can still hear me, but
Yes.
Yes.
yes, because this is something great. And it is, I am so, oh, this, you just don't know how this make me feel for you to come on here. And you said is it Helga?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, I did it
Yes.
right. So, and I'm going to be going over like the I'm gonna mix it up with everything, but just to talk about, because what's going on in this, it's not just United States of America, it's
It's the whole world.
everywhere,
Yes.
Yeah.
because we
The
are
whole
the
world.
world. We're
Mm-hmm.
the
Right. It's the
world.
whole world. And see, we try to separate it. And when we try to
Yes.
separate it, it falls. Anything separate falls. So it's just like uh, us believing one thing over here and then us knowing another thing over here. We just want to encourage you. We're not trying to divide from you.
No.
We're trying to get back together and be joined together and be as a whole. I understand that the pieces that Ron has and the pieces that our guest has, I don't want to mess up your name, but all of the pieces come together to bring peace. So the pieces, if we can get all the pieces together, it's going to bring peace. And so I honor your pieces because your pieces are
Yes.
helping me bring peace to my situation and to the world situation.
I am so glad. I mean, this is like it's like I'm standing in front of Jesus from within, looking at you, the power of
This is
God, because you know, I always know that the light, that's what I look at, what they call Jesus, it's the light. But I'm saying that because a lot of people know it as that. But it's that light that you brought in. And when you were, typing, I'm speaking to you, Helga. When you type, it's like, man, wow, somebody's really listening to us.
of
And
course.
I
Why
appreciate it.
not?
Yes. And
The
I am
message.
it's just I'm glad to meet you.
How is your name?
My name is
Uh,
Ron and
Ron.
Michelle. Ron and
Ron.
Michelle.
Ron and Michelle.
Yes.
Both of you are aware that we are not a body, right?
I'm saying
I'm
it again,
aware
please.
of that too.
I
Yes,
didn't hear.
yes.
What did he
She
We
couldn't
say?
are.
hear you.
I said both of you are aware that we are not the body,
Yes.
Yes, exactly.
And I
and that
leave
we
all
go
the
beyond
time.
the body.
Yeah, I leave all the time.
Exactly. Me too. So we need to connect, and that's why
Yes,
we are here. So
yes,
don't be surprised, because as long as we are here on planet Earth, when we join, all of us become whole.
Right. That's
So,
this those pieces come together and we bring peace. So I'm
yes.
excited about what is happening today because Ron and I are always looking for people that are seeing some of the same things we're seeing, and we like to
yes,
connect with them because you always bring something different. Like Ron brings something to the table, I bring something, you bring something, and then we all get a revelation on it, and it does my heart really good to be
Yes.
able to do
Yes. Me too.
that. Okay.
yes. All right. So I want to if you could put your like your email or however we can contact and keep in touch, because this has been a great, I really appreciate you. And I say this from my heart, from the
Mhm.
within me, the whole being. And I'm only saying heart because that's what they said it is, but it's really the light, because I know I'm sitting here in space, and what I'm sitting on was created by me because I'm looking at it
Yeah.
from on the outside, but I'm really sitting in space. And I'm actually over there with you, but I'm right here.
Yep. Yep. Yes.
Okay, well, this conclude anything else anybody want to say? We can what do you have to say? What do you have to say from the Netherlands to all the people?
For the ones who don't understand that what we are talking about,
Yes.
I was there too in this lifetime.
Mm.
But
We all were.
I have asked the Creator to show me why I'm here, and on that path, I had to ask Him, what am I? And I know what I am.
Yes.
So it is possible to know who you are, why you are here, and what you are.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
good.
Thank you. And I'm glad that you saying this because a lot of things that I'm doing, it just doesn't seem right to the physical, but it's right for the spiritual. And everybody's looking
Yes.
at me like, what is he doing now? But I
Mm-hmm.
have to move. I have to
Yes.
move as the spirit leads me, the power, the Father, the all as it leads me. And I'm for real. I'm so glad that I met you and I have Michelle. Thank you. And Michelle, what do
Thank
you have
you.
to say?
Basically, just this is our rapture season. This
Yes.
is the season that we go higher. Everybody's thinking that you just have to rapture after you physically transition out of here, but this is the rapture season. This is the time. I know it looks bad, but I promise you that the spirit and the power that's behind everything that's going on has a light that's going to be shining bright so that you can see your way. This is just a temporary journey, but we are rapturing up daily. People are waking up because you're being forced to wake up.
Yes.
If you didn't volunteer to wake up after all this been going on for the last 2 years, you're being forced to
Mm-hmm.
wake up so that
Yes.
you can see the next step. You may not hear the next step, but God's going to show you the next step. So I'm excited about this. I had no idea this was going to happen today. Ron said he was going to bring me. I'm like, I'm not even dressed. So that was it was a quick fix. So I am just excited and knowing that somebody is hearing what the Spirit is saying
Yes.
to the church not made by hand. So I'm excited about today.
Yes. And I would like for everyone to know, just go to YouTube, listen to the song that I wrote from within. And well, I was used to write it and was used to sing it. And just know that it is the power. It's called I am free. And you're only free when you know who you are. Just like
Yes.
Miss Helga said, that's when you know that you're free. So go to YouTube and you can look up RAHNANTHONI. I am free. Listen to the words. You don't have to purchase. I just want people to hear it so that you can know who you are and where you come from. And always remember, as Donnie McClurkin said, what do you do when you're done all you can, and seems like it's never enough? Oh, what do you say when you're, you know what I'm saying? You stand. If I can stand through all the stuff I've been through, and I know the power that's within me belongs to the Father, and I'm just here and letting it come through for everyone to see. And I'm not boasting or bragging. I've turned down everything that they wanted me to do so I could submit myself to them. No, this is the Father's power, the Father's waves, the Father's frequency. And it only goes to the Father because it belongs to him. Thank you all for listening to Real Issues. I will be breaking down this Constitution. And when I break it down, I'm going to mix everything up with the power from within. Thank you. This is Ron Anthony, Real Issues, because we have some issues that's already settled, but we trying to pull you in to go back home. So go home, and the home is within you. All right, y'all. I thank you all. Thank you. Oh, I appreciate you so much. You and Michelle, thank you. I done met a whole Michelle Taylor. I done met a whole new sister.
Welcome. And I welcome myself.
All right. Thank you. And y'all stay blessed.
All right.
Love y'all.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Love y'all.